So we have an end of book discussion because we just finished Small Steps. And
The amazing book. So yeah, at the end, Kara started to be able to sing again, even though the doctor said she might never be able to sing ever again. And so this is pretty big, and I like this book a lot. It's a bit different from Holes, like when they reference back to that book, but it's still a pretty good book. So yeah. Also, I would rate this book 4 out of 5 or an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good, but sometimes you got confused at the end. There's just a bunch of names and you didn't know who was talking or things like that. But besides that, it was a pretty good book. And yeah, there's like 257 pages, so it's a long read, but it's a really good read. I also like this book because they just stick these big moments out from nowhere. Like when he was coming down the elevator, then he kissed Kara. I mean, come on, that's pretty big. My favorite part was probably when he just walked into the level with all these band-aids on him. Because I just thought that was sort of funny. That he would just walk into like this brand new limousine with all this blood on yourself. The guy wanted to die. Yeah. So that was my favorite part. So it's a pretty good book. Like I said, 4 out of 5, and I recommend this book to all of you.
so that is TJ's opinion. We're gonna now go on to Steven's opinion.
So I really like this book too. It was a nice book after Holes. If you read Holes, and it's like if you read Holes, you should probably definitely read this book too because it was fun to read this and find out why lots of these things were happening, like why he put big moments. And it was fun to make the video discussions on the big moments that the author was doing there, like they said. And my favorite part of this book was probably when X-Ray, when he just was sleeping and X-Ray just jumped in. He was just like, X-Ray was just standing there and Armpit woke up and he was just like, X-Ray was just standing right over it. I thought that was pretty funny. And my rating for this book, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5 or 10 because probably like TJ because I did like Holes a little more, but this book was a really good read as well. And but it was also just like fun to read all these, as I said before. And another one of my favorite parts was probably when Armpit and Kara, they were like rolling down the hill at that cafe and everybody, and then they were about to kiss, and then the security guard was like, stop. He was standing behind Armpit and Kara's just like backed away. Which was pretty funny too. And it was cool how the author just put in like that big moment when Algenius trying to kill Kara. Like the author put in
The author really does put in a lot of big moments. It's a small moment, and then big fireworks.
It's just
what I mean.
It was also funny when Kara threw coffee at him out in a brand new sweatshirt. That was pretty good.
And it was fun. It was also cool how he showed that Armpit, how Kara liked Jenny too, and how they like all became good friends with Jenny. And it was cool how the author also showed how Armpit has changed from
Armpit has changed from this person that was in a juvenile detention center, from a person that actually met Kara Devine,
and who was boyfriend and girlfriend for a while.
So, okay, that's
Well, yeah, and that's
So, my opinion, when reading Small Steps, I personally liked it much better than Holes. I thought Holes was a little, there weren't as many, in Holes, there weren't as many big moments as there were in Small Steps. In Small Steps, we were reading it, it was a good book, I thought it was a good book, and then suddenly this big moment comes, and it becomes like that, it's a big moment, it becomes something that I'm enjoying much more. Like I really do like this book because of the big moments that happen. It's a surprise. It's a surprise that what's gonna happen next, or this is gonna happen, and this is what's gonna happen to this character. But this might happen. So it's and we did a lot of video discussions on it. There were conflicts. There was tons.
Yeah, but one thing I didn't really like about Holes and Small Steps, I didn't really like the change of stories.
Oh yeah,
Like how they went from like
from
Armpit to Kara, and then in Holes how they went from
this new story, this new 2000 story to like
this
1900s.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's probably the one thing I didn't really like about these two books. But otherwise, I really liked them.
And like it started just a year later. Like when you start the book, it's only a 1 year difference.
And it's really Armpit, the main character Armpit. He has changed a lot. I mean, X-Ray still selling his friends counterfeit tickets. It's really not a change from what he was before. I mean, it's mostly Armpit that has changed throughout the entire book.
Yeah, like X-Ray really did. Armpit, he didn't even know that they were counterfeit tickets. He was like, I'll be a good friend and help.
I'll be a good friend. I'll help. I don't want my friend to jail instead of saying, well, you know what? I really don't care anymore because he sold me counterfeit tickets, and you know what?
And he stood up for X-Ray.
He stood up for
made sure that
he wanted X-Ray to come to
police.
jail.
He lied to the police.
He lied to the police for his friend X-Ray not to go to jail. So Armpit has changed a ton. And when we talk about Kira Devine, I mean, she's a superstar, but then
she also changed a lot.
She changed a lot. She became this person that
shy
person that really didn't like anything but singing. To this person that
she only like 5 minutes of her life.
Like she was like hanging out with the band, hanging out with Armpit. Like she was actually not being told by her mom or her manager, Genius or Eileen, to do something, but she can do what she wants to do now.
Yeah, she's free when she's on the scene.
yeah.
She never really got to do what she wants, but now she's able to do what she wants.
And then you actually wouldn't ever think that Armpit, a person that was not bad, that was a bad person before, would save someone.
Yeah,
He saved Kara, a superstar. You would never
have thought.
Like a kid who went to jail before. Like it's just weird how he would try and save a superstar. And it's just cool how he really cared that much to save her.
So, I mean, I think, let me just finish my opinion. As I said before, I like big moments. I think my favorite moment in the book is, well, I liked when Kara came out to come see Ginny. That was a really nice moment because we never would have thought that would happen in the book because Kara was a shy person who really didn't like things happening. But then this happens and Kara comes and it's a big change. And
so Russell, what's one critique that you
one critique that I would I think it was for everyone, the changes in the book. I really didn't like that.
Story change or everybody?
Yeah, the story change. I like how everyone changed in the book. Most of the people changed. That's a really nice part, but I didn't like how the story changed from this, just like in Holes, from back in the old days to present.
Yeah.
But usually, but it was kind of cool. I didn't really like that, but towards the towards the end of the middle and the beginning of the end, they both stories kind of came together, which is cool how we did that. But
yeah, because it was between these two parts when this is a different story about Cara Delevingne, this is a different story about Armpit. They kind of came together slowly, and then here they are, and they kind of came apart, and then they came back together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was cool how the author put both stories together. That probably took a while. It was probably hard to do. Plus, he was basically writing two stories in his book.
Yeah.
But it didn't really make sense when he switched stories, because by the time I read that part of the story, I kind of forgot what just happened in the other story. So,
I think I want to give it a star rating. I say 5 out of 5. Yeah, I really like this book a lot. I wasn't liking it as much in the beginning, but then it came together from when it came together like this, I really did like starting the book because number one,
What about
the
out
big
of 10?
moments.
9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. There's 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Alright, so is that all? Well, I hope, yeah, this is our last video discussion, so